So we are very fortunate to have on this panel Dr. Danette Howard. As many of you already know, Lumina has been at the forefront of raising issues, not just the giving money, giving time, but also advocacy around these issues. And advocacy, I think that would be with a small a. In other words, raising awareness about the importance of racial inequities and racial justice issues. So I want to turn it over to Dr. Danette Howard to tell us specifically, not just the work that you're doing in racial justice, but also how you're expanding the toolkit beyond traditional grant making, but also impact investments, program-related investments, all the different continuum of tools that you're using in this movement and moment that we're in.
Thank you so much, Dr. Osili. It's a real pleasure to be a part of this panel with such a dynamic group of women leaders in our city. You know, I'd like to pick up just where you left off, which is talking about all of the tools that we have in our toolkit and that we use and engage to do our work. Of course, we are most and best known for our grant making, but that is just one of our tools. We also think our thought leadership, or as you just called it, our testimonial, our ability to go out there and speak to audiences and try to convince or perhaps even influence audiences about some of these big issues that we care about. First and foremost now, racial equity. We also have our convening power, bringing groups together. That is, when we could come together, not just virtually, but in person, we would often bring people from all over the country together to talk about, grapple with, and try to develop solutions to some of these issues and problems. And within the last 5 years, we've added to our toolkit impact investing, which is really where our program-related investments reside. And we see this as a powerful way to not only bring new capital and attract new capital to the ideas that we are focused on, but also to bring new ideas and new ways of thinking, new partners to help us think about and build knowledge toward these issues. And as we think about not just our impact investing strategy, but our overall strategy, we've decided that equity will be first. It will be our first principle. It will be our first priority. And we compel our partners to take on that equity first orientation along with us. So by that, we mean that we expect for our partners to reflect the equity of the populations that we seek to serve. And with our traditional grant making and with our impact investments, we have been able to ensure that we are bringing on partners who don't just talk the talk, but they walk the walk in terms of the composition of their staff and the composition of their board. And so that has resulted in over half of the impact investments that we've made to date being led by people of color and or women, which, as many of you know, among social entrepreneurs, that balance isn't typically widely seen. So that's something that we are really proud of. Thank you.